What's going on, guys? Arrow here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, it's another week, which means it's time to talk about a potential Nintendo Direct rumor. And don't worry, this is actually one that I feel like is most likely going to happen because it's coming from a very credible source, and there's a lot of things that are happening about it right now. Twitter is basically a storm, a ton of people are talking about it, and I kind of figured I would just give you guys my thoughts real quick on what I think could happen. Now, of course, one of the biggest things for Nintendo fans this year is just how there hasn't been a normal mainline Nintendo Direct, and of course we can understand why this is the case, as there is the virus going on in the world right now and it's impacting so many different people and so many different jobs. So of course I'm sure it's impacted Nintendo a lot with their employees, and maybe because of that they just weren't able to put out the announcements that they wanted to, and because of that a lot of stuff just had to be adjusted and shifted. Now, even though Nintendo hasn't had some crazy huge reveals this year, they've still had some pretty good games that have come out. Of course, one of them being Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's pretty much, I would say, one of the biggest games of the year. It got so many people to interact with each other, and it's become like a huge hit on the Nintendo Switch. It's got an insanely big community, so of course we've got that. We've got a game that I just finished streaming yesterday and playing, which is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which I just had so much fun playing through that game. It is actually now my favorite video game of all time. I love that game so much. So if you haven't played that game, you've got that amazing game that you can go ahead and play right now. We've had Paper Mario the Origami King. We've got the announcement that Pikmin 3 Deluxe is going to be happening. So Nintendo has still been trying to get some content out. It's not like it's been completely nothing that we've had this year. But it looks like that we finally might be getting some big announcements from Nintendo in terms of future games and other things that they could be working on. So I've got a new leaker rumor here about a potential Nintendo Direct that could be coming up this week, and it's coming from a very credible source who's been pretty accurate this entire year, and that's why after seeing this I wanted to make a video about it and give you guys my thoughts. So that's why I was like, you know what, let me just make a video about this. But yeah, let's get started. Now this information is actually coming from Jeff Grubb, and maybe some of you guys know who this person is. Jeff Grubb put up an article earlier this year in March where he was talking about how there was going to be a Nintendo Indies presentation that was going to happen, and then the week after there was going to be a Nintendo Direct with some first party games. And of course when this came out everybody was like, no, he's lying, it's not going to happen. But the thing is, he was actually completely correct about it. We had that Indies presentation, and then he even gave a date saying that something was going to happen on March 26th, and March 24th and 25th happened and Nintendo didn't announce anything, so people were like, oh, he's wrong, it's not going to happen now. But literally the day before March 26th, he still put up a tweet the night before saying it's still happening tomorrow. He was that confident that something was going to happen, and lo and behold, we actually ended up getting a Nintendo Direct Mini that happened on March 26th, and that still gave us some new information about first party titles, so he still ended up being correct. And now Jeff Grubb is back with some more potential information about what the next Nintendo Direct could be like, or when we could see it. So I'll have this article linked below in the description if you guys want to go and check it out, but it's coming to us from Nintendo Everything, and it says here, the last major Nintendo Direct was held in September 2019. Other than that, we saw a Nintendo Direct Mini back in March of this year, and a Nintendo Direct Mini partner showcase about a month ago. Rumor now is that a new Nintendo presentation from Nintendo is coming very soon. VentureBeat editor Jeff Grubb, who has been on the money with a number of Nintendo related rumors, is among those that claims that a Nintendo Direct could be coming next week, potentially Friday. And we have here the quote from Jeff Grubb's podcast where it says here, "I've heard a few things and I think that there's a strong possibility that there is a Nintendo Direct next week on Friday the 28th. That's the date I've heard." And then the article goes on to mention that it is a bit uncertain as to the exact type of Nintendo Direct that we could be getting, with another partner showcase as a possibility, but a general presentation is also on the table. And we've got another quote here from Jeff Grubb in that podcast where he said, "We're going to have more partner showcases coming up soon. So anything I hear, in the back of my mind there's always that ringing as an echo. I think that there's a lot of signs pointing to next week being a general Direct, and there is a general Direct coming up, it seems for sure." And the last bit of information that he mentioned was that Grubb added that he believes that we'll be seeing a first-party focused Nintendo Direct before the middle of September at the latest. And the quote that he said was, "I was hearing that even before Nintendo announced that they were having a special meeting with investors in the middle of September, I think that it makes a lot of sense for them to get a Direct out of the way before that happens, so they don't have to answer questions like, what games are coming up?" And so according to Jeff Grubb, it seems like another Nintendo presentation could be coming up as early as this week, and that it's going to happen supposedly on Friday, which would end up being August 28th. And to me that just sounds really weird, because the one thing that we know for a fact is that Nintendo Directs are extremely rare to happen on Fridays. I mean, there's a first time for everything, and Nintendo has definitely done some crazy things in the past. They've announced like a Smash Bros Direct in the middle of the day on a Sunday. They've announced a Nintendo Direct mini partner showcase at midnight before. So there's random things that could always happen, but to have a full-on general Nintendo Direct, which is what he's kind of alluding to happen on a Friday, that's definitely very interesting. But you know, then again, this entire year has just been so random in terms of what Nintendo has been doing. So at this point, I wouldn't even doubt that a normal Nintendo Direct could end up being on a Friday. And then he mentioned how there is going to be that special investors meeting which is going to be happening, so it would make sense for Nintendo to have a first party Nintendo Direct and showcase some new games and things that are going to be coming, so that they don't have to hear questions from their investors like what games are coming up and what they have planned, because they'll already have a timeline of what games to expect when. Now, the most important thing from all of this is I feel like something could very well happen on the days that are given, but the one thing that I've kind of learned is what people are saying is going to happen doesn't always end up being exactly the case. Like, they end up being 90% accurate, but sometimes some of the things that they say don't end up being true, and it's actually the other way around. And this even happened to Jeff Grubb, where he said specifically that the thing that was going to happen on March 26th wasn't going to be a mini, but the thing is that actually did end up being a Nintendo Direct mini. And the thing that happened last month in July, the person who leaked that, Kelios, was saying that it was going to be a general Nintendo Direct, and he was right, we did get a Nintendo Direct, but it wasn't a general Nintendo Direct, but rather something new that Nintendo came up with called the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. So really the thing that I'm trying to say is, even though that the rumors are saying that it's going to be a general Nintendo Direct and that something is going to happen on Friday, even if we do get something on Friday, it might be possible that it's not actually a general Nintendo Direct, but we could be getting like a Nintendo Direct Mini or another Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase, where if you guys don't remember, Nintendo actually did say that there are going to be more of these Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcases happening this year. I mean, here's the clip, you can see for yourself.
More videos in this series will be released this year, so please stay tuned.
And so Nintendo did flat out say that more of these partner showcases are going to happen in 2020, and with only a couple of months left in the year, I definitely do think that it's possible that maybe this could just end up being another partner showcase. So just because the rumors are saying it's a general direct, I feel like it's still possible that it could end up being a partner showcase. And so there you go, guys, that is the potential rumor or leak that a Nintendo Direct could be happening very soon, and that something could be happening on Friday. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you guys think that something is going to happen on Friday? Do you think that a general Nintendo Direct is coming? What do you think could be shown? Do you guys believe this? Do you not think it's going to happen? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @ActualArrow so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.